कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for your kind association. Please accept my humble obeisances at your lotus feet. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta koti vaishnava vrinda ki jai. ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः. नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिन् इति नामिने. नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे. जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. विद्यातपोवित्तवपूर्वयः सतां गुणैषड्भिरसत्तमेतरैः स्मृतौ हतायां भृतमानदुर्दृशः स्तब्धा न पश्यन्ति हि धाम भूयसाम्. गुणाधिकान्मुदं लिप्से अनुक्रोशं गुणाधमात् मैत्रीं समानादन्विच्छेन्नतापैर् अभिभूयते. योऽन्तः प्रविश्य मम वाचमिमां प्रसुप्तां सञ्जीवयत् अखिलशक्तिधरस्वधाम्ना अन्यांश्च हस्तचरणश्रवणत्वगादीन् प्राणान्नमो भगवते पुरुषाय तुभ्यम्. भक्तिं मुहुः प्रवहतां त्वयि मे प्रसङ्गो भूयादनन्तमहताममलाशयानां येनाञ्जसोल्बणमुरुव्यसनं भवाब्धिं नेष्ये भवद्गुणकथामृतपानमत्तः. हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. Dear devotees, Hare Krishna. Let us continue our study of Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 4, entitled Shri Sati Devi Quits Her Body. Which text 12, Mataji? Text 12. दोषान् परेषां हि गुणेषु साधवो गृह्णन्ति केचिन्न भवादृशो द्विज. गुणांश्च फल्गून् बहुलीकरिष्णवो महत्तमास्तेष अविदद् भवान् अघम्. This was Srimad Bhagavatam 4.4.12. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Shri Srimad Abhay Charanarvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. Twice born Daksha, a man like you can simply find fault in the qualities of others. Doshan Paresha. You can only find dosh, faults in others. Paresha. Lord Shiva, however, not only finds no faults with others' qualities, But if someone has a little good quality, he magnifies it greatly. Phalgun bahuli karishnavah. He magnifies a gunan phalgun, a small gun. Phalgun means small. Phalgun yatra mahatam. We say, na? Anybody knows that verse? Very famous verse. Who knows? Raise your hand. Phalgun yatra mahatam. अहस्तानि सहस्तानाम् अपदानि चतुष्पदाम् फल्गुनि अत्र महता जीवो जीवस्य जीवनम्. All of you know this verse. Shri Narad Muni says, Jiva Jivasya Jivanam. Phalguni Atra Mahatam. Small entity is food for big. Mahatam means big. Phalguni means small. So here, Gunan Phalgun. Somebody has small, good quality. Bahuli Karishnava. But Lord Shiva will magnify it. This is the quality of Shri Krishna. Putana came to kill. But because she came as a mother, Krishna said, oh, she is mother. Dhatri Gati. Gave Dhatri Gati. Made her a mother in Golok Vrindavan. Srimati Radharani also. Small quality, good quality, she will make it as very big. अवगुण करे समुद्र सम गणत नापनो जान राई के सम भजन को मानत मेरु समान. हरि बोल. Small little particle of good quality, Srimati Radharani will think that that good quality is as good as Mount Sumeru, thousands of years and tall. Every time she introduces a devotee to Shri Krishna, she says, this devotee is better than me. You must accept him. Then Shyam Sundar has to accept. Twice born Daksha, Shri Sati Devi is telling her father, Dvija, twice born, a man like you can simply find faults in others. Whereas Lord Shiva, he sees gun, he sees sadgun, he sees qualities in others. Vaishnavera, who knows that one verse? Raise your hand. You're always quoting. Who knows the verse? Vaishnavera gunagrahi, na dekhaye dosh. Kayamana vakya kare, Vaishnav santosh. This verse we have to highlight, save, download, write it down, tattoo it. Very beautiful. It is a definition of a Vaishnava, Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Definition of Vaishnava. Vaishnavera gunagrahi. A Vaishnava is gunagrahi. He sees good in others, he accepts the good qualities in others. Vaishnavera gunagrahi and na dekhaye dosh. Does not see faults. Vaishnavera gunagrahi na dekhaye dosh. Kayamana vakya kare Vaishnav santosh. And through body, mind and words. Kaya means body, mana means mind, vakya means words. Through body, mind and words, a genuine Vaishnava will give happiness to others. Dhira dhira janapriya. Kayamana vakya kare Vaishnav santosh. A Vaishnava wants to give pleasure to other Vaishnavas. So Lord Shiva is like that. He does not see faults in others. Vaishnavera gunagrahi na dekhaye dosh. Na dekhaye dosh. Doesn't see faults. Kayamana vakya kare Vaishnava santosh. And small quality also he magnifies. Unfortunately, Sri Sati Devi is telling her father, Daksha Prajapati, unfortunately, you have found fault in such a great person. Mahattama. Mahattama. He is Mahattam. He is a topmost of the great people, Lord Shiva. And in him, Bhavan Agham. You found a fault in the faultless, greatest personality, Lord Shiva. You found fault in Lord Shiva. Shri Sati Devi is chastising her own father. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. King Daksha is addressed here by his daughter Shri Sati Devi as Dvija, twice born. Twice born refers to higher classes of men, Brahmanas, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas. All three of them have the adhikar to get Diksha and become twice born. In other words, a Dvija is not an ordinary man, but one who has studied Vedic literature from a guru. and therefore should be able to discriminate among between good and bad. But Shri Sati Devi is saying that you cannot distinguish. You are seeing good as bad. That is the greatest ignorance. When you see fault where there is no fault, fault where there is no fault. Like someone was telling, Mohan Rup Prabhu from Delhi, very great preacher, disciple of His Holiness Srila Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj, His Grace Mohan Rup Prabhu. Someone asked him, why you are distributing Bhagavad Gita on the road? So immediately replied, तो क्या बेचे? फिल्म फेयर बेचे? क्या बेचे? What should we sell? Some filmy magazines? Nonsense. We should be grateful that devotees are going on the streets. Now book distribution marathon is going to start. So nice. People are engrossed in material world and someone comes and gives them a Bhagavad Gita. So instead of seeing good in that, they see fault. Bhagavad Gita. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Hare Krishna. It is worshipable. It should be kept in the house. Don't bring it on the streets. तुम लोगों ने तमाशा बना के रखा है भगवत गीता को मजाक बना के रखा है रास्ते पे सड़क पे लाते हो उसकी वैल्यू हट घट जाती है वैल्यू समझाने के लिए आते हैं डिवोटीज यू डोंट हैव टाइम तो मोहन प्रभु सेठ आप लोग मंदिर आते नहीं तो हमको रास्ते पे आना पड़ता है फिर आपको पकड़ने के लिए आप लोग मंदिर आओ फिर हम रास्ते पे आना बंद कर देंगे सो टू सी अ फॉल्ट वेयर देयर इज नो फॉल्ट दैट इज अ ग्रेट sin, great offense. And Shri Sati Devi is telling her father, Prajapati Daksha, that you have seen fault in Lord Shiva, who is faultless. Text 13. Nascharyametadhyadasatsu sarvada mahadvininda kunapatmavadishu शीर्षं महापुरुष पादपां सुभिर्निरस्ततेज सुतदेव शोभनम्. It is not wonderful for persons who have accepted the transient material body as the self to engage always in deriding great souls. You are on the bodily conception of life, oh Father. You are on the bodily conception of life. You have a material conception of life. And therefore, it is not surprising that you have criticized a great soul like Lord Shiva. Such envy on the part of materialistic persons is very good because that is the way they fall down. The justice of the dog. You remember that story? The justice of the dog from Ramayana, Uttarakhand. Shamavalli Mataji, you remember? The justice of the dog. Janani Mataji, you remember? Ha. Radha Gopinath, you remember? Haribol. Justice of the dog. We have discussed that story before. We don't have time to discuss. But if you go and type justice of the dog, Krishna Kathamrit Bindu, in the magazine it will show up. It was printed in the magazine. Justice of the dog, Krishna Kathamrit Bindu. Very beautiful point. Shri Sati Devi is saying such envy on the part of the materialistic person is very good because that is the way they fall down. And when they fall down, they will come to their senses. Sometimes it takes the slap of Maya. His Holiness Srila Kartudas Ji Maharaj, one of our worshipable Gurujans, glorious disciple of Srila Prabhupada's, written a book, The Slap of Maya. Sometimes the slap of Maya is required to bring us to our senses. So these materialistic persons, they act enviously towards Vaishnavas, they suffer, they fall down, they get cholera like Amogha, or they get leprosy like Gopal Chapal, and they come to their senses. They are diminished by the dust of the feet of the great personalities. When they offend the devotees, then they lose their opulence, they lose their effulgence, they lose their position, they lose their power by offending a Vaishnava. हंति निंदन्ति वै द्वेष्टि वैष्णवानाभिनंदति क्रुध्यते यातिनो हर्षम दर्शने पतनानि षट. These six types of Vaishnava aparadhs, they cause patan, they cause fall down. So very beautiful. 3 points Sri Sati Devi is making in verse number 13. One is that it is not surprising, Daksha Prajapati, that you have criticized my husband, Lord Shiva. Why? Because you are a materialistic man. What can be expected from a materialistic man like you? Number one. Number two, it is good that you have envy towards Lord Shiva. It is good because that is the way you will fall down. Justice of the dog from Ramayana. They are diminished by the dust of the feet of great personalities. You offend the great personalities and you will fall down. Your effulgence, your talents, your abilities, your power, everything will be diminished. You will lose all that because of aparadha to a Vaishnava. Purport. Everything depends on the strength of the recipient. For example, due to the scorching sunlight, many vegetables and flowers dry up and many grow. You see? Same sunshine. Some plants grow, some plants die. Thus, it is the recipient that causes growth and dwindling. Similarly, Mahiyasam Padarajobhishekam, the dust of the lotus feet of great personalities, offers all good to the recipients. But the same dust can also do harm. In the 11th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, Uddhav Geet, Shri Krishna says, the Mahants, the great souls, they are like the fire. They are like the fire. Fire is good or fire is bad? It depends. When you use it for cooking, it is very good. You use it to receive heat in the cold weather, it is very good. Same fire, if it is uncontrolled, it starts burning things in the house, there's a entire house on fire, then it is very bad. This fire starts burning the trees in the forest and there is a big dawanal, big forest fire. It's very dangerous. It's the same fire, but when it is handled respectfully, properly, it is very good. When that fire is handled carelessly, it can become source of great destruction. A Vaishnava sadhu is like fire. You deal with a Vaishnava very nicely, the Vaishnava will benefit you greatly. But you ill-treat a Vaishnava, you offend a Vaishnava, then that Vaishnava can become the source of your destruction. Hare Krishna. 14. यद्वै अक्षरं नाम गिरेरितं नृणां सकृत्प्रसङ्गादगमाशु हन्ति तत् पवित्रकीर्तं पवित्रकीर्तिं तमलङ्घ्य शासनं भवानहो द्वेष्टि शिवं शिवेतरः. Shri Sati Devi continued speaking to her father, who had neglected Lord Shiva, who had rejected Lord Shiva, who had cursed Lord Shiva, who had humiliated Lord Shiva, who had criticized Lord Shiva, who had banned Lord Shiva from receiving a share of sacrifices. He's performing a sacrifice. His daughter is there and she's very hurt by his behavior. So Shri Sati Devi is telling Prajapati Daksha, my dear father, you are committing the greatest offense by envying Lord Shiva. My dear father, because there is affection in the heart for the father. Because you have given me birth, you have given me so much love, and I love you because you are my father. But what you have done is very wrong. My dear father, you are committing the greatest offense. Vaishnava Aparadha is the mad elephant offense, Hatimat. It's the greatest offense. You are envying Lord Shiva. Dveshti is one of the 6 types of Vaishnava Aparadha. You are envying Lord Shiva, whose very name consists in of two syllables, she and va. She, va. These two syllables, Shiva, purify one of all sinful activities. That Shiva who brings all auspiciousness, that Shiva who destroys all sins, you have criticized him. His order, Lord Shiva's order, is never neglected. Lord Shiva is always pure, and no one but you envies him. You are the only one who envies Lord Shiva. Because sometimes we feel that I am justified because sabhi log kar rahe hai. Chalta hai. Everybody is doing it. We think like that. But Sri Sachidevi reminds Prajapati Daksha that you are the only one who is envying Lord Shiva. You are really the worst person in the whole world. No one but you envies him. Lord Shiva is always pure and you envy him. Shivam, Shiva Itaraha. Alanghya Shasanam. The order of Lord Shiva is Alanghya. It can never be superseded. It can never be neglected. It can never be cancelled. Lord Shiva, what he says, what he does is amog. It is perfect. Bhavan aho dveshti Shivam. Dveshti Shivam. You are envying Lord Shiva, who is the most auspicious. Agham Ashu Hanti. Lord Shiva, who can very quickly destroy all your sins. This his name, Dvi Aksharam Nama. If you just pronounce these two names with your tongue, Gira Itaram, with your tongue, you just pronounce this two syllable name, Shiva, Shiva, even one, Sakrit, then all your sins are destroyed. Just by chanting Shiva once, all your sins are destroyed. Every day we are chanting the name of Lord Shiva. Every day in every ISKCON temple, Srila Prabhupada made it compulsory. Raise your hand. Who knows? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yes, Devoti Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी गौर आरती में
कौन सा है?
ब्रह्मा शिव शुक नारद
वेरी गुड. हरि बोल. शिवा शुक नारद प्रेमे गद गद भक्ति विनोद देखे गौरार संपाद जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद. शिव, शुकदेव गोस्वामी, श्री नारद मुनि, शिव, श्री शिव Bhagwan, they are overwhelmed with prem as they are watching this Gaur Aarti that is taking place on the bank of the Jahnavi Ganga in Navadvip. On a Ratna Simhasan, Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu is sitting. On his right side is Shri Nityananda Prabhu. Shri Advaita Prabhu is standing close by. Shri Advaita Acharya is standing close by. Shri Gadadhar Pandit is standing on the left side of Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Srivas Thakur is holding the umbrella. Brahmaji is offering Aarti. Sanjay Mukund is singing. Hari Bol. Sing this Gaur Aarti. Just witnessing this Gaur Aarti. Shri Shukdev Goswami, Shri Narad Muni, and Shri Shiv Bhagwan. They are overwhelmed. Preme Gada Gada. They are choking up with love, with emotions. Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur is witnessing this. And he is making us witness it also. भक्ति विनोद देखे और दिखाए गौरार संपाद. हरि बोल. जय 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 गौर चांदे आरती कशोभा जाह्नवी तटवने Jagamanalobha. Lord Shiva is overrun with love. And he's also present there as Sri Advaita Acharya, who is combined incarnation of Mahavishnu and Sadashiv. Hari Hari. Bahu koti chandra jini badana ujwala gala deshe bana mala Kore Jhalamala. Who is the lucky devotee who made the garland for Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu? He's wearing that beautiful Vanamala garland. Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu as he's sitting on the Ratna Simhasan. Bosi ache Gaura Chan Ratna Simhasane Arati Kore na Brahma Adi Devagane. Other demigods are also there with Lord Brahma. So beautiful, Gaurarti. So, दो अक्षर प्रेम के शी व और हमारे क्या है ढाई अक्षर प्रेम के कृष्ण हरि बोल My father, Shri Satidevi is saying, you are committing the greatest offense by envying Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva's name, consisting of two syllables, Shiva, दो अक्षर प्रेम के purifies one of all sinful reactions immediately purifies ashu sarva papa haram hanti sarva papa hanti and his order is never neglected. Lord Shiva, what he says must happen. Alanghya shasanam. He is agham ashu hanti. Quickly all the agha will be hanti destroyed. Lord Shiva is always pure. He's always pure, and yet you have found fault in him, and you are the only one who finds faults in him. So it's a reality check for Daksha. I don't even feel like saying Prajapati Daksha. Daksha. Since Lord Shiva is the greatest soul among the living entities within this material world, his name, Shiva, is very auspicious. Srila Prabhupada is saying, very auspicious. Especially for persons who identify the body with the soul. Dehatma Buddhi. They think that this body is everything. If such people take shelter of Lord Shiva, gradually they will understand that they are not the material body but are spirit soul. Shiva means Mangala or auspicious. You see the connection? Who sees the connection? Quick, raise your hand. The connection of Shiva with Gaur Leela. The connection of Lord Shiva with Sri Advaita Acharya. Shiva means auspicious. Look what Prabhupada is writing. You see who sees the connection? Anybody who sees the connection loves Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. Hari Bol. Janani Mataji. Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I'm trying. Is it Advaita Acharya is the incarnation of Sadashiva?
Yes. What are the different names of Sri Advaita Acharya? Anybody who has studied Gaur Leela will know. What are the different names of Sri Advaita Acharya? He's called Nada. And one of the names, main names of Sri Advaita Acharya is Mangal. Sri Advaita Acharya is called Mangal. And here, Srila Prabhupada is saying, Shiva means Mangal. See, Prabhupada is saying like that. So Lord Shiva is our favorite. Text 15. यत्पादपद्मं महता मनोलिभेर्निषेवितं ब्रह्मरसासवार्थिभिः लोकस्य यद्वर्षति चाशिषोऽर्थनस्तस्मै भवान् ध्रुयति विश्वबन्धवे. Shri Sati Devi is very rightly chastising Daksha, and we are with Shri Sati Devi. You are envious of Lord Shiva, who is friend of all living entities within the three worlds. He is the friend of all, and you are his enemy. You are envious of Lord Shiva, who is the friend of everyone. For the common man, Lord Shiva fulfills all desires. And because of their engagement in thinking of his lotus feet, he also blesses higher personalities who are seeking after Brahmananda, transcendental bliss. Brahma Ras, Asava, Arthi bhi, they are seeking that. He can Varshati, he can fulfill, he can give all Ashish, he can give all blessings, fulfill all the desires. Tasmai, unto that Lord Shiva, Bhavan Dhruyati, you are envious towards him. He who is Vishwa Bandhave, who is the friend of everyone in the whole world. You are such a sinful, envious person. You are envying Lord Shiva, who is the friend of everyone. Purport. Ordinarily, there are two classes of men. One class who are grossly materialistic. They just want material prosperity. They want their material desires to be fulfilled. They worship Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, being Ashutosh, very quickly satisfies the material desires of common men very quickly. Next, those who are disgusted and frustrated with materialistic way of, because even if you get all these benedictions, ultimately they will all be taken away. Mrityu sarva harascham. So after some time, some people who are little more intelligent, they get fed up with material sense gratification. They say, I don't want any material benedictions. I want Brahmananda. I want to merge in the Brahman. I don't want Punarapi Jananam, Punarapi Maranam. I don't want repeated birth, old age, disease and death. Janma Mrityu Jaravati, Dukkha Doshanu Darshanam. Lord Shiva also offers that facility. Those who want Brahmaras, those who want Brahmananda, those who want Mukti, Lord Shiva can give them that also. Haribol. And unto such Lord Shiva, you are envious. 16. Kim va Shivakhyam Shivam na vidustvadanye Brahmadayastam avakirya jatashama shmashane तन्माल्य भस्म नृकपाल अवसत पिशाचैर ये मूर्धभिर दधति तच्चरणाव सृष्टम. Do you think, Shri Sati Devi is telling Daksha, do you think that greater, more respectable personalities than you, such as Lord Brahma, do not know this inauspicious person who goes under the name of Lord Shiva? Huh? Under 200, no? Still, Karuna. Hare Krishna, beg your pardon. Do you think that greater, more respectable personalities than you, your Bap, your father, Lord Brahma, they do not know this inauspicious person who goes under the name Lord Shiva? He associates with the demons in the crematorium. His locks of hair, jata, are scattered all over his body. He is garlanded with human skulls. He is smeared with ashes from the crematorium. But in spite of all these inauspicious qualities, great personalities like Lord Brahma honor him by accepting the flowers offered to his lotus feet and placing them with great respect on their heads. Haribol. What a beautiful verse. Kim va Shivakhyam Shivam na vidustvadanye Brahmadayastamabakirya jatasma Shane Tanmalya Bhasma Nrikapal अवसत् पिशाचैर्ये मूर्धभिर्दधति तच्चरणावशिष्टम्. Hari bol. Here you are saying that he is very inauspicious. Oh Shivam. Shiva Akhyam. He's called Shiva. But you said that he's Ashivam, he's inauspicious. Why inauspicious? Because Avakirya Jata, his hair is going in all directions. Shmashane, he smears his body with the ashes of the bhasma from Smashan. Smashane bhasma. Smashane tad malya. What is the garland he wears? Nri Kapali. Khopdi. Nri Kapali. Human skulls. Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Nri Kapali. We wear Kantimala of Tulsi. Lord Shiva wears Nri Kapali. The skulls of human beings. Why? Raise your hand if you know. Why Lord Shiva is wearing garland of human skulls? Nri Kapali. Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji will tell us. Hari Bol.
That is pranam. I he's just reminding that you're just only this.
Yes, this is what
Like,
will remain. This face that you are putting aftershave, this face that you are putting cream, this is what will remain. Hari Bol. Krishna Keshav Prabhu. Keshav Madhav Prabhu. Hari Bol. Krishna Keshava, Krishna Keshav. Krishna Keshava Rakshamam. Like that. He's reminding us this is what will remain of your beautiful face. Face that you are so proud of. Nri Kapali. You wear a garland. Malya Nri Kapali. Your mala is made up of human skull bones. Body is smeared with not Gopi Chandan, but with ashes. That also not ashes from some yajna. Ashes from the smashan. Hari bol. देख लो वैष्णवेरा क्रिया मुद्रा न विज्ञ न भुजाए. So Lord Shiva is Bhole Baba is so wonderful. Wonderful personality. Wonderful personality. And even though he's like that, but still you have to understand that Lord Brahma Adaya. Brahma means Lord Brahma and Adi means the other great personalities, the other devatas. They place the flowers offered at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva on his head. Murdhabhi dadhati. Murdhabhi means on the head. They place. Tad charana ava srishtam. Those flowers that have fallen from his lotus feet. That is what they keep on their heads. These great personalities. In other words, Sri Sati Devi is chastising Daksha Prajapati, making him aware of his great mistake. Srila Prabhupada writes in the purport, it is useless to condemn a great personality like Lord Shiva. And this is being stated by his wife, Sri Sati Devi, to establish the supremacy of her husband. She is speaking in favor of her husband. Therefore, we also should always speak in favor of our Ishtadev whenever there is blasphemy. Sri Sati Devi says, you call Lord Shiva inauspicious because he associates with Pisach, demons, in crematoriums, covers his body with ashes of the dead, garlands him with skull bones of human beings. You have shown so many defects, but do you know his transcendental position? Father, you do not know his transcendental position. That's why you talk. Although he appears inauspicious, tell me, why do personalities like Lord Brahma respect the dust of his lotus feet and place on their heads with great respect those very garlands which are condemned by you? You don't respect Tadiya of Lord Shiva, but Lord Brahma does. He's your father. Why? Have you ever found out? Like that, she's chastising. Since Sri Sati Devi was a chaste woman and the wife of Lord Shiva, it was her duty to establish the elevated position of Lord Shiva, not only by sentiment, but by facts. Lord Shiva is not an ordinary entity. This is the conclusion of Vedic scripture. He is neither on the level of the Supreme Personality of God. He is not Vishnu Tattva. So we don't offer tulsi leaves at the lotus feet of Lord Shiva. But at the same time, he is not Jiva Tattva also. Haribo. Lord Shiva is a Rudra Tattva in himself. He's a very unique Tattva in between Vishnu Tattva and Jiva Tattva. He's greater than Lord Brahma also. A jiva can become Brahma, but a jiva can never become Rudra. Never. It is not possible. Text 17. Karno pidhaya nirayadya kavalpa ishe dharma vitar asrinibhir niribhirasya mane chindyat prasaya rushatim asatim prabhusche jivhamaso napitato visrijet sadharmaha. Shri Sati Devi continued. If one hears an irresponsible person blaspheme the master, blaspheme the control of religion, one should block his ears and go away if unable to punish him. Sometimes blasphemy may go on. We should not hear it. We may not be able to hold the tongue of the blasphemer. We should just close our ears and leave that place. That is a Shastra Agya. That is the instruction of the Shastra. We should not hear blasphemy. But if one is unable to kill, punish such a blasphemer, then one should by force cut out the blasphemer's tongue. If somebody is blaspheming our Guru, our Ishtadev, we should kill that person or we should cut off the tongue. But please hold on. Don't wait. That's not the whole thing. And after that, one should give up his own life. Now, please, Shastra is saying, Sri Sati Devi is saying this out of great love for Lord Shiva. But we don't have to literally do this. We should not go to people who blaspheme. At the same time, if somebody is blaspheming in front of us, we should close our ears and go away. Practically, it is not possible to kill somebody, cut their tongue, and then kill oneself. All this is Sri Sati Devi speaking this in great distress out of love. This is Utsahavachan. She's speaking it in a very distressful state of mind. This is not to be followed literally. We have to understand the spirit behind the letter of the Shastra and not follow this literally. We have to follow the law of the land also. Murdering somebody, cutting somebody's tongue, and then committing suicide, it is not authorized by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. It is not authorized by our acharyas. It is not authorized by Srila Prabhupada. And we should never do that. We should not even think of doing such a thing. But we should go away. We should close our ears and not hear that blasphemy. Now, there are so many people on the internet, they criticize. Isn't it? People have made bathroom tiles with photos of our Ishtadev. Some painter, M.F. Hussain, he painted in a very disrespectful way the deities. What can we do? There are people, they burn our Shastra. There are people who criticize our Ishtadev, Radha Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Are we going to go around murdering everybody, cutting their tongues? No. This is spoken in Srimad Bhagavatam out of great love and anguish of the heart that Sri Sati Devi is speaking this. We have to understand it in a mature way, not to be followed literally. We do not want to be murderers. We do not want to assault anybody. And we do not want to commit suicide. So this is not to be taken literally. Sri Sati Devi is speaking these words out of great anguish and intense love for Lord Shiva. Not to be taken
Literally.
literally. Not to be taken literally. Oh, thank you, Ādi. Not to be taken literally. So she's saying, Sri Sati Devi is saying, if one hears an irresponsible person blaspheme the master, means Sri Krishna or our Gurudev, One should block his ears and go away if unable to punish him. But if one is able to kill, then one should, by force, cut out the blasphemer's tongue and kill the offender. And after that, one should give up one's own life. This is spoken out of great love, anguish, pain, distress, not to be taken literally. What we should do is, we should leave the place. Close our ears, leave the place. Purport. The argument offered by Sri Sati Devi is that a person who vilifies means criticizes, a great personality, is the lowest of all creatures. But by the same argument, Daksha could also defend himself by saying that since he was a Prajapati, the master of many living creatures, and one of the great officers of the great universal management affairs, his position was so exalted that Sati should accept his good qualities instead of vilifying him. The answer to that argument is that Sri Sati Devi was not vilifying but defending. It was Daksha who was vilifying Lord Shiva. Sri Sati Devi is defending Lord Shiva. If possible, Sati should have cut out Daksha's tongue because he blasphemed Lord Shiva. In other words, since Lord Shiva is the protector of religion, a person who vilifies him should be killed at once. And after killing such a person, one should give up one's life. That is the process. But because Daksha happened to be the father of Sati, she decided not to kill him, but to give up her own life in order to compensate for the great sin she had committed by hearing blasphemy of Lord Shiva. The instruction set forth here in Srimad Bhagavatam is that one should not tolerate at any cost the activities of a person who vilifies or blasphemes an authority. If one is a Brahman, he should not give up his body, because by doing so, he would be responsible for killing a Brahman. Therefore, a Brahman should leave the place or block his ears so that he will not hear the blasphemy. If one happens to be a Kshatriya, he has the power to punish any man. Therefore, a Kshatriya should at once cut out the tongue of the vilifier and kill him. But as far as the Vaishya and Shudras are concerned, they should immediately give up their bodies. Sati decided to give up her body because she thought herself to be among the Shudras and Vaishyas. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 9.32, Striyo Vaishya Satha Shudra. Women, laborers, and the mercantile class are on the same level. Since it is recommended that Vaishyas and Shudras should immediately give up their bodies upon hearing blasphemy of an exalted person like Lord Shiva, she decided to give up her life. End of purport. Hare Krishna. So again, we have to understand this maturely. Srila Prabhupada says the important thing is that we should not tolerate blasphemy. That is the thing. So we show our intolerance by leaving that place, closing our ears, not hearing blasphemy. 18. Atastavottpannam idam kalevaram na dharayishyē shiti kantha garhinaha jagdhasya mohadhivishuddhim andhaso jugupsitasyo prachakshate. Therefore, I shall no longer bear this unworthy body, because you have produced this body. This body has come from you. I am your daughter. Therefore, I have received this body from you. Tava utpannam idam kalevaram. This body has been produced by you. This body has been received by you who have blasphemed Lord Shiva. You blaspheme Lord Shiva. Shiti Kantha is Lord Shiva. Shiti Kantha Garhina. You have blasphemed Lord Shiva. If someone has taken food which is poisonous, andhasa jugupsitasya. If one has taken poison, then immediately uddharanam. Immediately you have to bring it out and vomit it out. We do it. We give hypertonic saline to induce vomiting, or we put a nasogastric tube and suck out the suction. But you have to bring it out in case of ingestion of poison. Vomit it out. Since the purport Srila Prabhupada writes, since Sri Sati was the representation of the external potency of the Lord, it was in her power to vanquish many universes, including many dakshas. But in order to save her husband from the charge that he employed his wife Sati to kill Daksha, because he could not do so due to his inferior position, she decided to give up her body. Even Sri Sita Devi could have killed Ravan. She could have cursed Ravan to die. She had the power. But she did not do it because it would diminish the fame of Lord Sri Ram. Therefore, the greatness of Sri Sita Devi is that she is willing to continue the suffering for herself, patiently waiting for Sri Ram to come, because that would bring greatest glory to Sri Ram, even though she had the power to end her suffering. Similarly, Sri Sati Devi could have killed Daksha, but she did not, because it is not the duty of a wife to kill another man. She wants to leave that job to the followers of Lord Shiva or to Lord Shiva himself. She doesn't want to do it. She knows that father deserves to die. 19. न वेदवादाननुवर्तते मतिः स्व एव लोके रमतो महामुनेः यथा गतिर्देव मनुष्यो पृथक् स्व एव धाम्नेन परम क्षिपेत स्थितः. Shri Sati Devi is saying, it is better to execute one's own occupational duty than to criticize others. Elevated transcendentalists may sometimes forego the rules and regulations of the Vedas since they do not need to follow them. Just as the demigods travel in space, whereas ordinary men travel on the surface of the earth. Demigods don't have to walk on the earth. They have no resistance, no traffic jams. They can fly in the sky. But we have to follow the traffic rules. Similarly, elevated transcendentalists are beyond the rules and regulations of the Vedas because they are directly serving Sri Krishna. Such great transcendentalists should not be criticized. Father, instead of criticizing Lord Shiva, you should quietly sit and do your prescribed work. You should do your duty. Why are you criticizing? In the purport, Srila Prabhupada says that although the most dear Lord Shiva appears not to observe all the rules and regulations of the Vedas, he is not affected by such disobedience. But a common man who wants to imitate Lord Shiva is mistaken. Lord Shiva may put bhasma on his body. Lord Shiva may wear a mala of human skulls. Lord Shiva may associate with ghosts and pisach. Lord Shiva may live in the crematorium. Lord Shiva can do that, but we should not imitate. We should follow the instructions of Lord Shiva. We should not imitate. There's a difference between imitating and following the instructions. We should follow the instructions. We should not imitate. Follow instructions of Lord Jesus Christ. Don't imitate Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ sacrificed a paschal lamb for meat because the followers had no food. It's an exception. Jesus Christ never ordered open slaughterhouses. Never. We should follow instructions. Thou shalt not kill. We should not imitate. Lord Shiva drank poison to save the world. Everybody prayed. So he saved them by drinking the poison. That doesn't mean we start smoking ganja. So Lord Shiva can do many things. But Sri Sati Devi is telling her father that you don't imitate. You don't criticize because it doesn't fit into your book of rules and regulations. Lord Shiva is beyond. So from text 20, Krishna willing, we will continue next time. It is almost time. So we'll stop here. So Shri Sati Devi has given good chastisement to her offensive father. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. निताई गौर हरि बोल. जय जय Shri Radhe Shyam. Are there any questions or comments, dear devotees? Hare Krishna. Yes, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Somewhere before we read that is not supposed to advise elders or something. So how come here Sati Devi is
Yeah. So there is Kula Maryada, and then there is the Vaishnav Maryada. And Vaishnav Maryada is the highest because Jivera Swarup hai Krishna Nitya Das. There is the Raja Dharma, there is the Kula Dharma, and then there is the Paro Dharma. So Vai Pumsam Paro Dharma. Yato Bhakti Radhoksha. Bhakti, Krishna Bhakti, Adhoksha Bhakti is our Paro Dharma, Supreme Dharma, Param Dharma. Vasudeva Paro Dharma. That supersedes the lower dharmas. That is the meaning of Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Raja. So follow only one dharma of Sri Krishna Sharanagati. All other dharmas you give up. So yes, one should not speak disrespectfully to elders. One should not chastise one's father. All those rules are there. They are all Laukik Dharma. But protecting the dignity of our Ishtadev, protecting the dignity of our Gurudev. Lord Shiva was the Guru, not just the husband, he was the Guru, spiritual master of Sri Sati Devi. One should not tolerate the blasphemy of one's Gurudev or one's Ishtadev, Radha Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Should not tolerate their blasphemy. And not tolerating that blasphemy, defending their position is Paro Dharma. Yes, it is a dharma that one should not engage in debates and arguments in Shri Vrindavan Dham. Yes, it is the etiquette, it is the dharma that one should not argue and defeat in debate one's superiors, those who are senior to us, those who are elder to us. But Srila Jiva Goswami broke those rules. They are lower rules to protect the dignity of Sri Rupa Goswami. When that great scholar came and found a mistake, apparently, in Srila Rupa Goswami's. Or the Digvijay Pandit who came and made Srila Rupa Goswami sign the Vijay Patra that I have been defeated by Rupa and Sanatana. 7 days Jiva Goswami gave up his bhajan, gave up his services. 7 days on the banks of Yamuna he debated with that Digvijay Pandit. 7th day he defeated him thoroughly. Haribol. Why Srila Jiva Goswami spent 7 days of his life arguing with this Tarkik Vidwan? Useless waste of time. Because it was his parodharma to protect the dignity of Sri Rup, Sri Sanatan Goswamis, and he did that. So, Jaiva Dharma, Parodharma, that supersedes these other dharmas, other etiquettes, Maryada, that we are not supposed to argue with parents, with elders. All that goes out of the window when it comes to the dignity, the protection of our Gurudev and our Bhagwan, Ishtadev, Radha Krishna. Is that okay? Thank you, Mataji. Kesha Madhav Prabhu.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, over here, while Prabhupada clearly mentions that, the shloka clearly mentions that if in case one is not able to defend Guru or seniors, then if in case they are able to kill, then they should cut the tongue forcefully. And we have also heard that, wherein if in case somebody is blaspheming our Guru or Ishtadev, then either we should defeat them in Shastra, or else we should cut their throat, or else we should leave from that particular place. These three are the options, those have been mentioned. So we do understand that these are all instructions mentioned with respect to time, place, and circumstances. This is not very conducive to be done right here, right now, as we just discussed. So how should other instructions in Srimad Bhagavatam be taken?
Therefore, Keshav, very good question. Therefore, it is not just Shastra. It is Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. It is the Gurudev, Sri Guru, Sri Sadhus, who teach us how to apply the knowledge of the Shastras. We cannot just read books. Therefore, there is a need of Guru. Tasmad Gurum Prapadyeta. Please tell me what is the best way for me. We need a Guru. Guru can interpret the Shastra. and tell it to us in a very practical way. Shastra also says, Sri Manu Samhita says, we saw in the first chapter of Sri Bhagavad Gita, in Bhakti Shastra, we saw that 5 types of atitai, they should
Correct.
be given capital punishment.
Yes.
One of them is one who swindles away your wealth. Now, someone tries to kill you in self-defense, it is legal to protect yourself. You can kill a person. If someone is trying to kill you in self-defense, you are allowed. You have immunity from law. You can claim self-defense. But only when someone is using a deadly force on you and is posing a great risk of death or great bodily harm. That is the exact legal terminology. Then you can claim self-defense and kill the aggressor. But not someone who is taking your property. For example, if I am sitting here and my car is standing in the driveway and a robber comes and starts unlocking my car and taking away my car, I cannot kill that robber and claim self-defense because he's taking away my property. But Shastra says if someone is taking away your property, you can kill.
You
So
can
at
kill.
that time, the Vedic society was so pure.
Yes.
But nowadays, you cannot do that. So therefore, you need a guru to teach us that we have to live peacefully in the society. We have to respect the constitution of the country where we live. We have to respect the law of the land and live in harmony. And by Krishna's mercy, right now we can. Because the laws of the country are reasonable. There is a legal recourse for us. There is judicial system. There is the law enforcement. We can call 911 and get help. But in those days, the society was so pure that no one swindled anybody of their wealth. And if anybody dared to do it, they wanted to have such an exemplary punishment, capital punishment, so that it sets a standard. No one will dare to do it again. Cannot enforce that in today's society, Prabhuji. Otherwise, many will have to be killed. Many will have to be killed. So, time, place, and circumstances. Therefore, we need a guru. Therefore, we need Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu amended all that. All these Jagai and Madai, they were arsonists, they were murderers, there were so many sins they had committed, there is no limit. But Mahaprabhu forgave them. Mahaprabhu forgave Chand Kazi. He was a beef eater. He perhaps was a murderer also, who knows? Mahaprabhu forgave him, accepted him as uncle, Chacha, Mama, Mama. And he's Kansa Mama, incarnation of Kansa Mama. So yeah, Mahaprabhu, we follow Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu never promoted such violence, cut off tongue. Mahaprabhu didn't say, cut that Amog's tongue. Srivas Thakur, cut that Gopal Chapal's tongue. No. Why cut tongue? Change their heart so they will use that tongue to glorify the Vaishnavas, to chant Harinam. Therefore, we need Guru Prabhuji, not just Shastra, Shastra, Shastra. We need Guru, Sadhu, Shastra. Guru personally teach us, Sadhus show us their example, and Shastra gives the main foundation. But how to apply Shastra? That we need from Guru and Sadhu. Haribol.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Last question, Shama Vallavi Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. Prabhuji, if Daksha is so inimical towards Lord Shiva, why he gave his daughter in marriage to Lord Shiva? At least
Because
after marriage.
Lord Brahmaji said that's why. Lord Brahmaji was a matchmaker. So grandfather was the matchmaker. Lord Brahma.
So Kanyadan means after marriage we consider the son-in-law as Vishnu Rupena. We wash his legs, son-in-law's feet and all. Then after that also he did not change, Prabhuji. His father Brahma told him to marry his daughter to Shiva. Then also he did not change.
Oh. Because he had a lot of abhiman of his position. He harbored that attitude, unfavorable attitude towards Lord Shiva. He didn't consider Lord Shiva capable or qualified enough to marry his daughter. And that came out. When you harbor those ill feelings, in times of provocation, it comes out. And it came out in the Yajna Sabha. So yeah, he never liked Lord Shiva. Very unfortunate. Very well.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Yeah, Bhole Baba ki jai. What ill feelings we carry, what envy we carry in the heart, it may not go away by just taking bath in Radha Kund or chanting Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. My Guru Maharaj says we are saying Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. And then inside we are thinking Vancha Pancha. I want to punch for a whole kalpa of Lord Brahma. Vancha Kalpa. Pancha Kalpataru. I want to push you against a taru, against a tree, and for a whole kalpa I want to punch you. Pancha Kalpataru. Inside we are thinking. Externally we are doing Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha. Changing Kanthimala, shaving up, doing Nirjala on Ekadashi. From tomorrow, I am new person. I will not do. We can do all these things, but they don't work. Unless and until Krishna is pleased with us, and unless and until we have Krishna Krupa, we cannot give up our bad habits. We cannot give up our dirty swabhav, our dirty nature that we have acquired. Can I share something
Yes,
that
Prabhuji.
is very dear to my heart? Just because this Sunday is the Vaititi, the 75th Vyas Puja of my
Hare Bol.
beloved Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Shri Shri Radhanath Swami Maharaj. One devotee was saying, and out of respect, I will not name. One devotee is a preacher, and he is very intellectual, very analytical, extremely sharp, with a very high IQ. And on competitive exams, he had very high scores. Very great preacher, quite famous, travels all over for Harikatha, and is known for his highly intellectual, analytical classes. And in one um, one conversation, he revealed a very personal interaction he had with His Holiness Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. And he asked Maharaj that, Maharaj, I want to know from you how to connect with the audience when I speak Harikatha, because I feel I'm not able to connect with the audience. They don't find my highly intellectual, analytical classes very appealing. I'm not able to really connect with the audience. Can you, as my spiritual master, can you please guide me how I can better my service? And I think the best way I can better my service is to connect with my audience to whom I'm speaking Harikatha. Can you please guide me? And Param Pujya Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj said, that comes with empathy. When you can empathize with your audience, you can feel the heart, the feelings of your audience. You can feel what they are going through. And that empathy is a gift of Krishna. And Maharaj said, by the mercy of Sri Krishna, whenever I take the podium and I look at the audience, by Sri Krishna's mercy, Sri Krishna reveals in my heart what the audience want to hear, what
Hare.
they need to hear. I just follow the dictation of the Paramatma and I speak. This is revealed in a very personal one-on-one conversation by Maharaj. So we have to pray. We have to pray for that empowerment of Sri Krishna, that Sri Krishna gives us empathy. If we have empathy, empathy means paradukha dukhi and parasukha sukhi. That is empathy. Paradukha dukhi, parasukha sukhi. Right now we are paradukha sukhi and parasukha dukhi. That is envy. But we want to have empathy. We want to be para dukha dukhi, para sukha sukhi. When others are happy, we feel happy. Others are sad, we feel sad for them. And we should pray for this gift of empathy. Vaishnava relationships become so sweet, deep, meaningful, and fulfilling when there is empathy. Think about it. Most of the problems in devotee dealings happen because of lack of empathy from both sides. So therefore, what the audience need to hear, what they want to hear, what will benefit them, what will touch their hearts, what will connect with them, this can only be revealed by Krishna, who is in their hearts also. Ishvara sarvabhutanam hridayeshe Arjuna tishtati. We know only our heart, but only Shri Krishna knows everyone's heart. Therefore, we have to connect with Krishna. Hari Bol.
So grateful to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hari Gaur, Hari Bol, Jai Jai Shri Ram.
Hare Hare.
Jai Prabhu, Devoti Mataji, you have to come to Atlanta for Vyas Puja on Sunday. We are celebrating. So you please come if possible. Hari Bol. Sita Mataji, through the heart you come. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Ramchandra Prabhu. Seeing your smiling face, I am feeling very happy. Thank you, Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Thank you, Janani Mataji. Thank you, dear Radha Gopinath Prabhu. Please, aap bhi aiye. We'll feel so happy. Finally, I will get your darshan. I don't know what your visa status is, but if possible, please come to Atlanta for Vyas Puja. Hari Bol. Thank you, dear devotees. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Jai Jai Shri Radhe Shri.
Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Take care.